the new leader we have, Emperor Tolir II of Venetia. Interestingly, another first son has died, another second, now, well, we got to say grandson has been nominated. And this is actually our first grandson, or had been our first grandson of the reigning emperor before that, Tolir I. Now he is emperor of Venetia. He's 31, so he's quite in a good age for an emperor. Why he's not in a good age is because, well, there's a couple of reasons here. As you can see here, he really doesn't have good army levies. Well, that might change once we get this a little bit moving, because usually we should have a lot more. But we have a lot of vassals, too many vassals. We have a lot of demesne. Well, that can be corrected pretty quickly by giving our son something. And we have a really interesting emperor. First, we want to groom an heir. Well, why would we do that? We already have tons of children, so that would increase our fertility by 20%. It's just, we've taken that because it's roleplay. It's as easy as that. And now we can see that we love our son, and he's kind of a little bit reserved. He's a little bit reserved because he's also a title claimant. The interesting thing about Emperor Tolir II of Venetia is that he's Welsh, but he will probably convert, and we can do that right now. He's not as stubborn as he would not convert. He has known his grandfather pretty well. He's been given some gifts from his grandfather, and he knows about the tradition of Venetia, and he's he started his career in Galloway actually, and so he will convert. He'll become Norse. Here we go. That changes a little bit, but not much. He'll probably have his son converted to Norse also in time. Because other than that, would lead to great problems, and even if he's not versed in diplomacy, he would do that because he knew his grandfather so well. His grandfather that has acquired such a great empire that it's one of the biggest empires here along the lines of Asturias and Austrasia. These strange things. We have Vladimir, which is a neighbor that is not as strong. We have never really led a war against Vladimir because they converted to the Germanic faith, and that has always been stopping us from attacking them or something like that. That has always been one of the showstoppers. We can look at all of the societies we have here. We can see that even if Emperor Tolir II was quite good at martial, he has never joined the Wolf Warriors. Something we might correct. I mean, he's a fortune builder, and something is there that could stop him. He has got cancer, and that's an important part of his personality. It's probably something where you would say he wants to change something before it's all over. He's 31, but he's got cancer. He's got a mild illness, but it's going to end some time. And if he lives 20 years, that would be sensational. So he will see to it that his son is probably well off, and maybe his other sons, like Prince Harry here as well. As you can see here, his sons. What? Why did we get to that? Yeah, his sons really don't love him that much because they're all pretenders. That's a big problem for this man. So let's have a look at the geopolitical point of view. It has been the case that, as you can see here, Germanic is pretty much the common religion overall. There have been no big conflicts between the Germanic faiths or between the Germanic people, all in all, because other than in other religions, there are no real alternative faiths. Old Germanic is nearly gone. There's some things here, but yeah, we as Germanic people still have a common enemy, which is connected, to the Christianity here with the Orthodox faith and with Waldensian faith and a couple of things around that. So that's something. Here we have some Cathars, and it's something that unites them. There's also still crusades against the Germanic people. Even though they have no chance in hell, they unite the Germanic people under one banner regularly. And that's one really good thing. Now, there's more things. While we have no conflicts here, and we have not been stirring war, so we're in a relatively comfortable position. No one really hates us. We were threatening because we diplomatically adopted a lot of land, but other than that, and being threatening, there's been not an attacking combination against us, just a defensive pact if we wanted to attack someone. We haven't done that. We're not under attack from anywhere, and especially Venezia lies pretty safely here. We have the buffer of Vladimir between us and the Orthodox faith and the Tengri faith and things like that. We don't even have a conflict with the realms that are heavily influenced by the Western protectorate of the Chinese. There's still some room between that, and that will probably stay that way, because other than that it would have already changed. Usually we have no big epidemics, also due to our hospitals that we have centrally here and here. So we have not been having a big bloodletting in case that many of our elite are wiped out. It's not that case. The hospitals have helped greatly there. And we're already building, we're expanding our one great wonder, and we're building the next great wonder in the Great Library. We have not had other kings than more like martial kings and learning-based kings, mainly. I mean, we had some intrigue intermezzos, but that went south pretty quickly, and we had some influence of stewardship. So this man is a steward, also as good, and we'll see to it that he does something like that. And there's something his grandfather told him, and that is here. He could abolish the council power, and so get even more power to the council, and that would unlock the imperial administration all in all, and that would be all in all a great advantage. That would give us basically all the freedom in the world. Then there's something we can do. We can seek a treatment for the illness. Now the problem is with that, we are a craven, so we cannot go for an experimental treatment. That would make us live possibly much longer. We can only rely on the normal skills of our court physician. Now the thing is, we have a good court physician. A learning skill of 21 is pretty much nearly phenomenal, as you can see here. There's probably no one better who would come to us. I mean, we have this man, but if you go for join court, then you can see 18 is the best we can get. That's pretty good, but it's nowhere near enough, right? And that's something. We need a new spy master. We have a couple of advisors that mostly like us, and we can replace them now at the start of it to be able to press something through. We have a full chest here. We can definitely give them, we can definitely bribe them, buy some favors from them, and press through as soon as we can with a change for the council power. we have to buy the favors first and then use them, because other than that, it would be probably impossible to change something. And if we give them favors back, they can change that back. So we have to buy the favor. We have to stop others from getting favors on us, because they will vote against it. So that's one of the things we have to look for. And other than that, yeah, we're pretty set. We have a stable income. We have a good and stable empire. We have no woman around us, though. That might change. We want someone representative for us, and yeah, we should seek treatment for the illness. There's a lot of things we can do, and we will do them just now. We'll start. It's gonna be a lot of fun looking for all the positions we can get, and for all the, what can we say, for all the things we want to do. And we always have to consider that this man is living on a time counter. He's also deceitful, which is why he has an intrigue focus right now. So we will not go openly for everything. He's shy, so we will not talk that much. Represented in the diplomacy. He's a craven, which is maybe why he hasn't joined the Wolf Warriors. He's chaste, and he is living celibate. The thing is, does he not want a wife? And because he's still tribalist, he maybe wants a wife to care for his children a bit and to represent a bit. So we're going to look for a wife for him, and as he's ambitious, we're going to look for a wife that is representative, maybe attractive, something like that. That could be good, and that is maybe diplomatic, and a wife that maybe does the job of diplomacy for him. That is maybe someone whom we could look for. So we have the feudal administration, and we will probably unlock something else. Maybe from this, maybe from the other customs. But something that would enable us to go for the imperial administration, as that might be a really good idea. As you can see here, we just need the law absolute rule and a majesty level greater or equal to 5, which we, I think, have. Let's see, majesty level of 5 to go for the imperial administration. And what that means is we will have duchy viceroyalties. So we'll be at this slider. The problem with that is, I mean, if you go for this slider, then you will have a lot less vassal limit. Now, if we go here, I'm not sure if we have also that vassal limit, but it will be compensated because we have the vassal limit plus 25, which will help us so much it's not even funny. So that is something that this steward will want to do, and I could imagine as soon as it's possible, he will change to rulership. Because that's something he can do. He seems more on the idealist side of things, as he is living celibate now, and that's probably something he would want as, yeah, something he did with his life. He would reform the empire of Venetia and give it a true imperial administration. So, here we go. Let's start with the simple things. We need a wife. Someone who is quite good at diplomacy and who is maybe attractive or something like that. So, she's attractive. well, maybe diplomacy is more important for us, right? We would want that. Wow. That's terrible. Maybe we should... Yeah, now it's better. Maybe we should look to wait a few turns. But we need some new commanders. Or at least one new commander. And why not take this man? Oh, look, we have the old court physician here was fired because he was a little bit incompetent for the ruler one day. We also have true soldiers like Balder, and we'll accept him now as a commander, as he is not a court physician right now. We'll accept him here. Then we have a marksman, standard marksman. And why not go for someone important? The King of Estonia seems like a good choice. He also kind of likes us. So, on the council, we want people that would accept that we can buy a favor from them. We have Arnbjörn of Åland, who wouldn't accept that. So, we want him to be replaced with someone from whom we could buy a favor. And for example, Magni would do that. We have Snorri, who could be there. And he would also be important. The Jarl of Savarod is also relatively important. And we have Ylva, leader of the Finnish revolt. Let's see if we could... No, we couldn't do anything on her. We could demand Gavelkind. Yeah, the thing is... Yeah, Magni, the Jarl of Savarod would be good because he might die quickly. It's a little bit odd, but that's a good reason. And he's cheaper to bribe. He's also very good at his future job. So that's our new chancellor. Then we have Duchess Gida the Cruel. We can buy a favor from her. That's fine. We have our steward Sigbjörn of Finland. We couldn't buy a favor from him. That's the problem with kings. Sometimes it works that way. We still like him and he's good at his job, so we might just keep him. We have a seer. We could buy a favor from Godi Swain the Cleansing Flame. That's fine. Then we need a new spy master, and we need also to look at our advisors. Let's look at Queen Gudrun. Couldn't get anything from her. And Sturla, we could get something from him. Buying favors. We could buy, with what we have, 4 favors, and that's enough to bribe everyone. Let's have a look for the spy master, whom we could take there. We have Enda, Kobos Doctor. I think she was the former spy master, if I'm not mistaken. And we might just take her. She's pretty loyal. And here we go. We could buy a favor from her, and we should do that right now. And we have a favor from the seer. That's 2 people. And then we can buy a favor from Gida the Cruel, from Magni of the Finnish Revolt. And then we have Sturla, the King of Estonia. Can buy a favor from him as well. Gudrun, I think not so much. Let's see. No. Okay, so we've bought all the favors we could to take the first step of the reform. To abolish council power. That's going to be important. We need a crown focus. Now, we'll not go for Galloway. We'll go for where it all started, where the meat of the land is. Cooloy. Let's set a crown focus in Cooloy. It's the best province we have at this point. It has everything, and so it also needs to have the crown focus. Then there's more. I mean, we have, among other things here, the county of Galloway. And we want to assign ourselves to our son, as has been a tradition. Which means we could introduce the heir to the realm. And there's something else there we want to do. Do we think he's ready? He's reasonably ready, so we will definitely introduce our heir to the realm. You've invited your vassals to partake in a formal introduction of your heir, Prince Magni. He will have to exchange many pleasantries and act in a very formal way, something that might be tiresome for someone as young as him. However, you have full confidence that he will not disappoint you. They'll be here soon. We'll do that. He should be ready. He's got an intrigue focus, but well, we have that too. So there's that, and he will be given something, and that's the county of Galloway. It's now the chief of Galloway. Hey, you! We'll choose him a wife as soon as we can as well. We might look if we can get someone. I mean, we have stopped him in the last episode. We have not looked for a wife for him. And we have someone attractive, kind, and deceitful here. Willful spiritualist. She might be an option. There's something that unites children, and that's the tribalist faith. But we don't have anyone there who could do that for him. I mean, it's important to know we don't need someone of rank. We should maybe have someone. Yeah, there is tribal. So we'll use that as a common denominator. Age doesn't seem to work. Okay, that's fine. For example, we have this woman here, who is a genius, tribalist, brawny, charitable, and paranoid, and a skilled tactician. She's a little bit old, but she might be fantastic. Really. She might be a fantastic woman for him. Really, it's out of the question that she would be extremely good. Like also this one, but she's chaste and ambitious. It's Mutlu Akortia in Astibus. Then let's see, there's even younger ones, like this one. She's also pretty nice. Zealous, tribalist, and Midas touched. But I think she's probably a very, very good choice. The Spymaster of Briothium. We just have to get him on her good side, and then everything will be nice. So we'll be betrothed with this fantastic woman. Yeah, we have one more vassal now, worth less size. It is gonna be that way for a while. because we want that reform. Now we have to see if they accept buying their favor, and then we will be able to do what we just told about. Come one step closer to the imperial administration that will save the empire of Venezia. So what will we do in the next episode? We'll look if that works, and we'll probably look at the commanders and stuff. No, we can't do that right now. Look at that. 5. Truly no. Yeah. So thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon for starting the time and seeking a treatment for our illness. Have a great time until next time and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon.